Okay, guys, here I go with, I'm going to try to be as quick as I can with this video because I have, lots of disturbances. So I'm going to try to be as quick as I can with this video. First, I have a little dog who, we moved into this place and it's, she's used to kind of the city. And so all these little sounds and everything kind of get her nervous. And so she starts barking. I got to turn my video off. And so let me try to hurry up. This video is really going to be about how we as Black people, as we are moving toward, as we should be moving toward Black liberation, need outreaches, resources, and viable links to one another. Now, with that said, let me go briefly into a little bit of background. I just did a video on the situation in Haiti. Um, Basically, just to sum it all up, I made the video saying that people really need to stop just talking about they're sending prayers and they need to send some help. They need help. They've lost everything. So I said that, since America is supposed to be this Christian loving nation, loving people, Christian nation, then they it would be a great idea if these churches would tithe their offering, give tithes and offerings to the people of Haiti. And that would really come out to be a really large amount of money because, if you just send in $5, $10, $15, whatever, that'll help. But when you start talking about your tithes and your offerings, that usually gets to be pretty significant amount of money, at least 25 and up dollars per person. And like I said in the video, some of these churches are pulling in thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars per week. And if they can't sacrifice one Sunday, or even in some of them have two services um, per week. So per Sunday. And so, that's a lot of money. You got a morning service and an evening service, and that's a lot of money if it could be given to a useful cause like Haiti. So anyway, I did that. Long story short, again, the problem that I had, because I did set up a GoFundMe, I set up the GoFundMe only because I had people who were beginning to ask me, well, where's the link? What are we going to do? Where do we donate or whatever? And so I set that link up. I'm going to take it down. Partly because I don't think I got the participation because I got, like, when I go there, I see all these different people that went and looked and saw the link, but no one donated. I mean, I have a donation, but it's not to the amount that's going to help these, those beautiful people. So I'm taking it down for that. And I'm also taking it down mainly for this reason. They had, it was their idea that I even set the thing up because my thing was just, just spread the word and just let the churches and let the people and whoever else, give their tithes and offerings to the people of Haiti. It wasn't at all ever intended. I didn't even have a thought of setting up anything, trying to do anything, except get through my video and put the word out there. But the problem, like I said, I'm going to return the donations that I got because the problem that I have is that I can't find a viable source to send the money through. That was the issue that I had, even from the beginning. Because it's like when they first start, telling me to do it, I'm just like, well, how am I going to get the money to them, though? Because as we know, historically and just all the time, um, these relief funds are always stolen. These people never get the money. I was just reading something about how they had some type of issue in Haiti a while ago, and the Red Cross or something like that was supposed to be rebuilding some houses, and they got all these millions and millions of dollars, and there was about 6 houses built. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to be that one. I am not going to be that one to steal from them. My heart is sincere. And if I had gotten a lot of donations, like I said, then I would have kind of been in a problem because, like I say, I didn't know a viable source for them to actually get the money. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of leads me into this video because as we begin to talk about Black liberation, once again, that's what my channel is about. The what I feel is the need for us as Black people, a Black nation of people, to begin to look toward Black liberation, which means getting off of the dependency of white America, of white Europeans, of everything and anything white, and getting to Black liberation, which means we as Black people have our own everything. Okay, um, that is the main. That is the main facet of what I feel Black liberation is: complete and total uh, independence and complete and total dependence on ourselves only. And so, using this Haiti thing as just an example, all of the money, as I said, that I know of, and I asked people, I know some people in the islands, so I asked, is there a good source? I got on Google. I was like, is there a good source? Where can I send money where the people are going to get it? And no one really knows because all that we have is funneled through white hands. All that is set up is funneled through white hands, some kind of way. And this is where, as I say, there is and can be and will be no Black liberation until we are totally and completely independent from white help and white hands. You know, um, forgive me for the camera moving. I'm going to try to keep it as still as I can. Um, that's a huge problem because, see, like I said, Black people, we as a people of color, are the majority on the planet. We know that, okay? But yet, we also know what has happened historically as to where we are now here and they are there. That has happened in so many different ways. So many different things go into all of that. But the number one thing is that we outnumber them. And it is time for us to get out of this and to liberate. And we can keep talking about slavery and we can keep talking about, well, they do this and they do that. But still, if we would organize, if we would get together as a people, and if we would really begin to know and see who we are as a people and what we can do, they wouldn't stand a chance. We are so mentally uh, chained down until that's why we can't go anywhere or do anything because mentally that's our problem. We have mental chains on us. So just like I'm saying, if the word got out and if that was to be a way to get money to Haiti, even through tithes and offerings or whatever, like I suggested, or just any other way of sending help, resources, people, whatever, it needs to be done through Black people, through our own Black nation, through our hands to help our people. Because, like I say, instead of just, well, I'm just not going to send you money because it's going to get stolen. Yeah, it more than likely going through them and going their way. Yeah, more than likely it is going to get stolen. And that's just really the bottom line to it, which is why I say I'm going to even return what was given to me in good faith because I don't have a viable source to actually get it into anyone's hands. So that's kind of what I was going to say, at least with us beginning to give funds and us beginning to give help to our own people. We need our own resources. We, as Black people, need not only connections here in America, we need connections with the Native Americans, we need connections with the Cubans, we need connections with the Brazilians, we need every dark people, every person of color needs to have access to one another. I'm so hoping that my someone's not coming and I got to cut my video off. That's why I'm trying to hurry up. But yeah, we need viable links. We should have in our own Black nation something set up for us to be able to help one another. The ones in Haiti where it can go straight from us, our people, to our people. That's what we need. We don't need anything going through white hands. That is what total independence from white means. That's total Black liberation. And this is where we have to start. We're gonna have to start this. You know, like I keep saying, we have so many excuses, but we are going to have to start this, or we are going to continue to be defeated. Continue to be defeated. So that's really the crux of this video, is that we as a Black man, and see, and I don't even know where to start, because the problem is that we don't, and I was having a discussion about this on Facebook yesterday with a guy and a woman, who the guy was bringing up the fact of how we are so divided and can't get anything done. I totally agree with him. The woman, I don't know what kind of mess she was talking about. She was on some kind of stuff talking about you don't need anybody to help you. You do it on your own and this and that, and there's some kind of crap she's saying. But the bottom line is that you can't do it on your own. We as a whole Black people, whole Black nation of people, need one another, and that's the whole point. What I was trying to explain to her is that other people of color, and other people of other races, and I'm really talking about white people, because they are the top. They are the ones who are in control right now, through with money, with resources, with entertainment, they are the ones who are controlling everything, and you can't get past that. You know, she kept trying to make it seem as if I was putting them up on some type of power or whatever, and I'm saying that they're greater than Black people. I'm not saying that. I know our people are great. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we know white people are at the top. That's no, I mean, they have strategically made it for themselves to be on top, and for all people of color to be underneath them. So that's the only point that I was trying to make. Like I say, I mean, you know, I have a hard time dealing with people who are delusional and don't deal in facts, because it really just frustrates me. Because if you're not going to acknowledge the simple fact that white people are the ones who are on top, there's nothing else I can do. We need to cut the conversation off. And so the bottom line is, like I say, as a people, we are just so divided, and especially us here in America. We historically, and it's been, we know what happened. We know it was trained, it was mentally bred in us, beat in us, whatever, through slavery and segregation and all this kind of stuff, for us not to be together, and for us to look at ourselves almost as a different entity from the island, the ones in the islands, the Africans, and other Black people around the world. Mostly, usually, African American people kind of see themselves as different. They don't see themselves, a lot of them don't see themselves as African. Uh, Originally, they don't see themselves as African people. You know, and that's a huge problem. Like I'm saying, I mean, the first step to us getting into any kind of Black independence and Black liberation is that we're going to have to acknowledge the fact that every other person of color is us. We're going to have to acknowledge the fact that we come from the source of Mama Africa. That is who we are. You know, I mean, it's like, I don't know if we're ashamed. I don't know if we are just ignorant or just what, but it's like, I have heard many Black Americans talking about, oh, I'm not from Africa. My ancestors were from there, but I'm American. And it's like, really? You know, that's almost like a third generation kangaroo saying, well, I'm not really a kangaroo, I'm a cat because, I mean, the other people were actually kangaroos, but I'm a cat. Why? Because you say you are? Or because you're just that unlearned? I mean, come on. We have to get down to the fact of knowing in our history and acknowledging who we are and stop being ashamed of black and stop being ashamed of Africa and who we are. I mean, that is where all civilization come from. I mean, you have more black people who are ashamed of saying that they are from Africa than you would white people. There are so many white people who would love to say, "Oh yeah, I'm from Africa. I'm African or whatever. I'm from Africa." They will say it quicker than we will. They have no shame in it because they know what they want. They know the truth. They want it, and you are it, and don't want it. So it's just some beginning things that we're going to have to begin to do, recognize, see, acknowledge, and accept before we can even begin to think about this whole nationwide black liberation. And that's a basic foundation. That is a very basic foundation. And then getting in contact with your other brothers and sisters around the world, talking to them, acknowledging them, getting together with them on social media, all the different races or nationalities, I guess, maybe of black people. Like I say, Cubans, Brazilians. I mean, the whole world actually is black except for white people. So yeah, all of them. We need some connection. We need some uh we need some connection. Bottom line to it, we need some connection because then things won't be so hard for us. You know what I'm saying? We need, like I say, African American people need good, viable, strong resources with African nations. We need, not through white people either, through us. With the Caribbean people, the Jamaican people, the all of that. We need our own connection to our own people outside of them. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we need our own stuff. Somewhere along the way, every single time, white people are in the middle of our stuff, which is why we never truly get anywhere. Yeah, you have a few black people who have money, who has status, who has prestige, who has whatever. But as a whole nation of people, we have a lot. We have a lot. And I even said that in that video, you know, uh, everybody keep talking about black people need economic power. First of all, I don't even know who started that BS about black people needing economic power. We have economic power. We are the economic power for the world. We are the economic power for white America. We made them rich and we are continuing to make them rich. Because, like I said in that video, everything is marketed to the black community. Everything is marketed through the black community. Take, for example, like I said, the churches. All of these black African American churches, this money is going from black people, from the black community, and it's going straight ultimately into the hands of the Catholic Church and into the hands of whatever. Because usually these black churches don't always own the church. They may have a black pastor, black congregation, all that, but somewhere along the line is some white man, some white bank, some white realtor, some white something who has his hand in it. And if you lose it all, it's going to him. And that's the way that it always is. That's the way it is with the media, black media and entertainment. It's not really truly 100% fully ours. You know, I keep seeing on Facebook, and I don't know if it's an accurate statistic or whatever, because I mean it's Facebook. But I keep seeing how they're saying that black people are at a high rate taking their money out of white banks and putting them into black banks. That's well and fine if it's true, but the problem that I have with that is that are they really truly black banks? Because see, white people are so sneaky and they have been doing this for so long to us until all they do is continue to revise and perfect their strategies. So, you say it's a black bank and you see blackface, 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 all the way up. You see blackface, but at the top, there's a white person. Or somewhere in the middle, there's an Irish, or there's a German, or there's a whatever. And he's just a partner, or he's just a whatever. And I'm telling you, once they get involved, we done. That's why I keep trying to say it needs to be totally black. Whether it's African American, African American, African American, then you got some Jamaicans, then you got a couple of Africans at the top or whatever. However, it needs to be only us. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to begin to develop these resources for our own, to help our own. We are going to have to be the ones who are going to be able to fund our stuff without their participation. I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to turn the video off. The woman that I was talking with yesterday on Facebook, she brings about this scenario and says, well, I can do it on my own. And if I open up a business in the black community, I don't need anybody to help me get it done. I can do it on my own. And like I say, I'm thinking to myself, ma'am, okay, say you open up a soul food restaurant in the black community. Let's say you open up a black hair shop in the black community. Who do you think is going to be the one that's going to have to keep that business going except for black people? Because white people are not coming down to the ghetto to eat no soul food in mass numbers. First of all, they're not coming down to the ghetto, period. Some of them might, but I'm talking about in mass numbers enough to get your business going and your business off the ground and your business successful. It's not going to happen. Hispanic people are not going to do that. So it's going to have to be your own people. So what are you talking about? You don't need anybody to help you get it off the ground. That's what I'm saying. People just say stuff without even thinking. If you go and put a black hair shop, a black soul food restaurant in the community, you're gonna need them black people in the community to eat the food, to buy the hair, to buy the things in the shop. You can't wait for somebody else to do it because first of all, they're not. They have no what do you call it? They have no stake in our success. What they have a stake in is trying to see if this business really becomes successful, how can I get a hand in it? And or basically how can I straight steal it from up under you? But we need our own all, period. And until we get that philosophy, until we get that understanding, until we get that ideology, we are going to be continually doomed. That is the path that we need to begin to take to black liberation. Back when we had Black Wall Street, back when we had our own everything, our great empires and everything, it's because it was all black. We had no help from them. Only thing they've done for us was come help steal, take, and destroy. And we see that. But when it was all us, all ours, and we were connecting with our own people, our own worldwide connections or whatever, we were the top. We were successful. And don't say we don't have it. We do have it. We have black lawyers. We have everything black people have everything that white people have. The doctors, the lawyers, the athletes, the everything. But we won't come and pull it and bring it together. That is our problem. And as long, like I keep saying, as they have us mentally chained and don't trust each other. Oh, well, that's a black business. But black people, they don't want to give you enough food. They don't want to do so and so, so. I mean, come on. You have the same thing with them too. It's just that you trust them and you don't trust your brothers. Oh, well, I would deal with them Jamaicans, but them Jamaicans kind of funny. Yeah, I don't fool with them old Brazilians, them old Cubans, them old Spanish speaking black folk. I don't deal with them folks over there. Why? Why? Do you even know them? That's what I'm saying. Get to know people first. Go to social media. Start friending people. Start talking to people, chatting with people. Ask them about their life. Ask them about who they are, and you more than likely gonna find they're not that much different from us because we're all oppressed by the same oppressor. We are all damaged and hurt, and we all have the same story. But we keep, like I keep saying, we just I don't know how black liberation, total black liberation is going to come about, but it needs to begin. I don't really even think I'll probably see it in my lifetime, but it has to begin. It has to begin. I just want to see it begin on a mass level. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there's some noise outside. I see my dog's ears jumping up, and before she starts barking, I'm going to turn this video off. I thank y'all so much for listening. I hope that I got the crux of what I was trying to say. I hope you all understand what I'm trying to say in this video, that we need our own avenues. We need our own connections with other black people around the world before this black liberation is going to get off the ground, be successful. I mean, we have to start. We have to get from under their rule. We have to get from, I mean, we see their track record. They can't be trusted. We know they're liars. They're manipulators. They're thieves. They rob, steal, kill, hurt. But we know what they do to us. So we need to begin to help ourselves. We have everything that we need to help ourselves. Something came to me the other day, and this is my very last point. Something came to me the other day. Everybody, you still have so many black people who are caught up in that Christian frame of mind, savior, looking for somebody to come help us. And so many of us who also, even if there's no white savior, still you still have that mentality of a savior, somebody to come help, somebody to come do something. We are going to have to save ourselves. There is no savior coming. You are the savior. And until we understand that, until as a mass group of people, we understand that we are our own salvation, and everything that we need has been put inside of us already to be successful, to get from under this, to be on top again, and to rule our world as we were supposed to be doing, given to us by the Creator. That was our job, and we let it get taken away from us. And we need to get it back. Otherwise, like I say, there is going to be no help. You keep wondering why black men get shot down, why this keep happening to black people, why we keep repeating these same cycles, why we still getting dogs put on us, and military coming out every time black people want to protest, every time and then they tell you how to protest. All of this, I mean, this same stuff happening from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s that is happening here today in 2016. And you have black people, well, I just don't understand. It's 2016. Well, you haven't learned your lesson yet. That's why. That's why you keep repeating cycles, because you haven't learned your lesson yet. You are the power. You are the difference, and you are the change. And until you realize that and understand that and begin to be your own savior as a whole group of people, nothing's going to change. That's why there is no help. That's why there is no one coming to help. There is why Jesus haven't come back yet. Because you're Jesus. Get that. Understand that. Let that marinate. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. It's like every week I keep getting new subscribers. It's not a huge mass level, but if I can get some faithful people, I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And I thank you all so much. Hope y'all have a great day. Hope y'all have a continue a great week. And until the next time, we'll see you next video.